And Professor P.K. Joshi of the School of Environmental Sciences, Jawaharlal Nehru University, joins us on the show from Mumbai. Thank you, sir, for being with us. First of all, how far do you think we've been able to realize the stated objectives of World Water Day?
Well, first of all, good evening and wish you a very happy World Water Day. When you look at at the global initiatives, when people are talking about water conservation, there is a degree of sensitization for sure, and people have started taking account of water loss and how it could be conserved. But still, the steps which are rigorous and which are actually needed to check the water loss or ensure that we conserve water, including the water harvesting schemes, that is slightly in a slower pace. We need much more emphatic steps right from the government regulations, but more than that, the individuals participating onto this. End of the day, when it comes to water conservation or rainwater harvesting, it is the individual approach or community approach which is very much needed. So I think the degree at which the participation of the community is needed, we are lacking that behind. But given all these kind of reasons, still I am a bit hopeful, given the kind of challenges which we all are facing, whether those are floods or droughts, people have taken it with a greater degree of seriousness, and people with a degree of awareness which is coming in, people are participating. People have started participating onto this. So there is a ray of hope, but still we can't be very much confirmed and confident that yes, it will happen across the country or across the world.
Okay, we are also celebrating the Earth Hour today. How satisfied should we be with the efforts made by organizations and countries in checking global warming and climate change? And can we be confident of better successes in the future in this regard?
Well, again, when you talk about Earth Hour Day, this is a ceremonial kind of event just to sensitize the communities across the globe. What more is needed is commitment, and commitment which could be converted to actions. We have seen in earlier COPs, many countries, and including India, many of the small island nations, they have joined hands to ensure or to at least bring out some of the checks and balances which can make a point to reduce the carbon dioxide emission or moving towards renewable energy sources. So such kind of things are definitely taking shape. But as you see, recently, one of the most developed countries in the world, the kind of leadership talks about the climate change. So that brings the global initiatives in a very defeated manner. And in addition to this, we also understand the kind of commitments which were done since the Paris Agreement. At times, we are not able to see them getting translated into actions. So, there are some of the promising initiatives, but at times initiatives are half-hearted. So it is very unfortunate to say, but still, that is a greater concern which we all need to look at.
Okay.
And I wish...
Yes, please go on.
Yeah, I wish the forthcoming COP might be able to pave out a way or find out some other pathways wherein, countries which are actually serious and willing to come forward, they join the initiatives like the way India has set some of the examples, whether it is renewable energy, whether it is International Solar Alliance or likewise. So that could be one of the...
Do rich countries have a greater responsibility in combating global warming and climate change than the poorer ones?
Definitely. When you look at the carbon footprint or the energy footprint, which we see as on date, we get to understand that the rich countries, they have much larger contribution towards the state of climate change today. You talk about US, you talk about many of the European countries, they have contributed a lot than that of the developing countries. So they have a much more responsible role. And incidentally, for quite good time, they were assuming as if climate change is the problem of developing countries. But the recent past, if you see half a decade kind of, events which have happened globally, whether it is forest fires in Europe, Australia, or the heat stress across the Eastern and Central Europe, they have started realizing this. But the degree of commitment which we assume in terms of technology transfer or sharing some of the financial support in terms of grants, that is still to see a hopeful light of the day.
Okay, what role would you say, sir, that individuals need to play but may not be playing so far in combating global warming?
Well, one of the foremost thing is, the way we are using fossil fuels, whether it is using petrol, transport for our day-to-day transport activities, or the way electricity is being misused at times. So these are some of the baby steps. In addition to this, our lifestyle, the way, lifestyle for the environment mission was proposed by the Prime Minister of the country. There are many more things in terms of our eating habits, the way we consume the resources. So we should be able to, and there is quite a great opportunity where globally people at individual level should be able to cut their the way resources are being used. If those steps are at least taken forward too, I think there will be a magical change. And as it is said that people are the power, the movement such type of individual steps are taking place. So there will be some of the pragmatic changes at the larger implementation level also.
Okay, a final word on India's track record in combating global warming and climate change.
I would rate it as excellent, at least given the past 1 decade, the kind of commitments which Government of India has done in the successive COPs, and also translating those into actions in the country level, and also playing a role, a true leadership role, while taking small countries and island countries together, whether it is Coalition for Disaster Risk Resilience, whether it is the International Solar Alliance, or likewise such kind of things. So I see India has actually emerged as a leader while giving solutions to mitigation options or adaptation options, and actually bringing their commitments in the action. So renewable energy is an extraordinary example which we have set, and rest of the world is looking at us.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor P.K. Joshi, for sparing your time and giving us your take on how to tackle climate change and global warming.